Hey guys, George at SoundTraxx here. This week we're going to share with you one of the really cool things we found when we were playing around with the flexibility and versatility of the Blunami and along with the Blunami app that can help make your model railroading more fun. So let's get started. Now guys, when we've talked about the Blunami app in the past, we've talked about the ability to rename. So we've got our app right here. And as you know, we pull our menu out to the side, and you can see all the names of all the features over here on the side. Now, when we go over here to functions 15 to 28, we can pull this out, and we can rename the FX3. For example, we can name this the Mars Light. You guys try typing upside down. It's a little harder than it looks. But anyway, as you can see, we named this Mars Light. Now with the Mars Light name here in the label, you can actually see that it says Mars Light. Now this is a way that we can help remember what all the functions are and what their purpose is. So if you have all these lights being used, you can now name the lights for whatever it is that you want them to do. But the bigger question is, how versatile is the Blunami app? How much further can we actually push this? Well, we have a couple of different factors. Again, we're going to pull this out, and you see these little green dots here and there on the side. Now what this does, this allows us to make any of these functions momentary. So if you wanted to make, for example, the Mars Light a momentary light, where you just push it and it lights as long as you're holding the button, and then when you release, it goes out, you can do that. Now that's one level of the versatility, and this goes for all of the functions, whether it be 0 through 14, or 15 through 28. But one other thing actually popped in our heads this week. What happens if you're not a native English speaker? What happens if you have a Blunami, but you want to use this with your native language? Well, the cool thing is the app allows you to do that. So for example here, we're going to go ahead and we're going to translate this word headlight into Spanish. So we're going to go ahead and type headlight, H-E-A. Again, typing upside down is a little bit of a challenge. Whoops. Now, before we hit enter, what we're going to do is we're going to highlight the word. And then you see the typical Apple menu pull up, cut, copy, and so forth. But you'll notice here the word translate. We can click that. So now, well, in this particular case, I've been playing around with it. So right now we see headlight is translated into German on the screen. And it'll actually play it for us so we can say it properly.
Scheinwerfer.
Now, if you're speaking German, we can just hit replace with translation and then hit the done. And now you'll see that the word has changed to the German word for headlight. And I'm not even going to try to pronounce it. I apologize. I'm not very good in any German whatsoever. But the cool thing is we can go in here and we're going to do the same thing here with the bell. So we can type in bell, bell. Now again, we're going to highlight it, translate. And we can see the German word is
Glocke.
So we can replace with this translation. And then we hit the done, and our labels will change. Now what happens if you're in Spanish? So let's go to air horn. A-I-R space, H-O-R-N. Now again, we're going to highlight, but this time we want to highlight all of it. Now, translate. Now we're going to try something different. So now change language button right here. Now we can go ahead and change. We've got Spanish right there. And the Spanish word for air horn is?
Bocina.
So replace with translation. And then we hit our done. And now you can see the different languages. Let's try one a little bit more challenging, shall we say. Let's go to Japanese. Now we know the Japanese are really strong with model railroading. So let's change this. Wrong button. Now I'm going to do this looking at it because it's a little easier. You guys can see what I'm doing here in this screenshot. All right, so now we're going to highlight all of this, translate. Now we're going to change language again, but this time we're going to go to Japanese. And there's the Japanese word.
ダイナミックブレーキ
So, replace with translation, and done. And now you see that we have the Japanese translation for the word dynamic brakes right there. And when we're done, we simply close the menu, and let's unmute. There's our bell, air horn, and the dynamic brakes we have to be moving. So we'll go ahead and get it moving. So all of this works really well with the translation. Now to show you what this is done, let's go ahead and translate all into Spanish. So now we've translated all of these into Spanish. So you can see here how the words are different all the way through the iPad. Well, at least down to the grade crossing, how all the words are now translated into Spanish. So now you can pick your words that will work so that way when you're running your Blunami decoder, that way you have the words in your native language. That way you can understand what you're running and run the model with a little bit more fun. Now, as I mentioned, this is Spanish. Let's see what it looks like in Japanese. Now you can see here in this version of the app, we've actually translated all the words to Japanese. So again, this is kind of what it looks like. Now you still have your standard throttle control and forward direction switch, but at least your functions are all going to be labeled out in your native language. So this is just one more way that SoundTraxx Blunami is versatile to help you make running your trains more fun. Now for more information, please visit our website at SoundTraxx.com. Be sure to check out the user's guides for both Blunami and the Tsunami 2. And then if you like this video, please click the like button. Be sure to subscribe to our channel. And if you have any topics that you would like to see covered in a video in the future, send us a message to support@SoundTraxx.com and we'll be happy to help shoot a video for that. Guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.